Okay, I think I got it. Trying to learn how to use this camera, okay? I've been having this thing for 2 years and haven't worked with it, but today is the day. Let me see what I can accomplish, okay? So, my people, Anna Renee here, and I am your love power goddess, ready and willing and able to show you guys what I have been doing inside of this space. My Afro Boho lifestyle has changed up slightly. It is now an Afro Boho minimal and some other things. Not just yet. Lifestyle. So, yet again, I have switched things around in here because, see, that's what we have for ourselves, right? We can do that. It's our prerogative as women or designers, male or female, to switch things up and out whenever we feel like it, and that's what I have done yet again. Now, when I do that, I'm not always doing it because I have bought new things, because probably I haven't bought too many new things. But I can take what I do have and switch it out, move it around, repurpose it, reuse it, and do other things with it. That's what I've done. So, my people, let me show you my altar. I got another video that I'm working on right now, doing the details of this altar that I created in celebration of the Neteru of the Kemetic faith, as I have learned from the Metu Neter, which you guys know I have been studying off and on for 20 years because I'm always saying it. And this is the little cloth that I crocheted to go over my altar top. I did it for Kwanzaa, the red, black, and green, but it's still on there. I decided I can keep it on here for the month of February, but there's a really good chance that I'm just going to keep it on here permanently because it just looks good. Even though the colors sort of would clash with other things, I don't know. I'll see how it works. And all that's on my altar right now is in celebration of the Neteru, the gods of the Metu Neter, the gods that are the representations of levels within our spirits. But I'll show you all that in another video. But right here I got this, and this is something that I bought from Ross Dress for Less. It was supposed to be for forks and spoons. That's what it actually is. But it's a design fail because you see the little sections. Wow, my camera's not focusing, huh? I'm still learning this camera. The forks were sliding through those sections between the lines of that grate. And so I'm like, that's a fail. Can't do it. And so I decided to use it for this. I got it on my wall and I have all of my jewelry on it. Now, either my eyes are tricking me because I don't have my glasses on right now, or this thing is not focused. I'm hoping that it's my own eyes. Okay. So got that on the wall as part of my decor, and I got my goddess up there. Got her from Ross. Baskets on the wall for now. God, I just looked at this just now and said, you know, that looks like a gigantic woman on that wall. And those two baskets are her breasts. I'll be straight tripping, I know. But, you know, it's feminine energy in celebration of Het Heru, okay? My eyesight is changed, and this is the way I see things. But now I got my bookcase over here. I've been having this bookcase over here forever. But what I've done is put my stereo equipment on the bookcase. Because this stereo was so ugly, to be honest, you know. I just bought it because I wanted to be able to play my CDs. But I couldn't figure out where to put it, and it just stood out like a sore thumb no matter where I put it in my house. When I put it on this dark bookcase, it just sort of blends in, it disappears. And so that's what it's going to do, stay on that bookcase. I had to thin out my books. I just had to thin the books out. I need to thin them out again. That's part of what I've been doing recently, getting rid of stuff. Now over here, every old apartment has that ugly wall heater. Standard issue in a old apartment building. Ugly wall heater. I decided to cover mine with one of those mirrors that you get from a place like Home Depot, and they usually cost something like $10 generally. I got mine from Walmart earlier and paid something like $12. They cost a lot more these days. I paid $14, I think, for it. I bought two. I bought one beveled, and I bought this one with this little border on it, kind of glittery. I figured that would sort of blend in with the heater itself and sort of create a transition, and it does. My idea for doing that was to cover the ugly heater up and put my plant in front of this mirror so that the mirror both reflects the beauty of the plant back at itself, if you can see that, right? So it makes it look like the plant is way thicker than it is, way fuller, right? And reflect light back at the plant as well. So kills two birds with one stone for my plant over here. I took my plant out of the window because it was just in the way like that. And the plant is still growing. It's still growing. It never did blossom this year, probably because of what I did. I repotted it and it was sort of a trauma for it. But that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's still growing. It just did not grow any flowers this year. I mean, well, last year in December, which is when it blossomed in 2017 in December. And so I got my snake plant. I had this snake plant for almost 2 years, and it had sat here for a good year doing nothing. I had it in the dark. Well, not in the dark, but you know. I had it in a dull place, no light, and just, you know, feeding it from here to there, from time to time, and pretty much nothing was going on with this thing for a year. I decided one day to feed it some, well, before I was feeding it just water. This time I decided to feed it some Miracle Grow. Yeah, I know that's illegal when you are a natural person, but I have to admit that I used some Miracle Grow on this thing. I wouldn't use Miracle Grow in my garden for my vegetables, but I did use it on my plant. I'm sorry. I hope that I have not lost my green thumb, you know, my card for being able to remain a gardener. I hope you guys have not kicked me to the curb because I have used Miracle Grow. But using the Miracle Grow, and the thing started growing, okay? All the light green is new growth. All kind of new growth. Right there, new growth. And the leaves came out thicker and fatter. Because previously the leaves were like this. You see this completely skinny leaf? It's skinnier than my finger, if you can see that. You see that? Terrible. The new leaves are full and beautiful. Okay? So, that's my plant situation right there. And switched out my couch situation. For a while I was starting to feel like, you know what, I'm getting tired of this IKEA hack as a couch. I really, you know, I'm a grown woman and I feel like I deserve a real couch. Not a bed pretending to be a couch, pretending to be a day bed or whatever this thing is that I got going on here. And part of the reason I was feeling that way is because you see this that I got on the floor right here? You see this? I'm using it as a rug now, and I love it. I actually had this thing on the couch, hanging all the way from the top to the bottom, to the floor. So I had this gigantic big paisley couch, and it made me feel not nice. I felt not nice. I felt like I need a real couch. But as soon as I took that thing off of my day bed couch thing and put it on the floor, I'm loving the way it looks on the floor. It looks very Victorian. It looks like, you know, I don't know what it looks like. It looks like Victorian England in 1892 or something like that. I like it. I don't know. Afro, boho, Victorian. You know what I mean? And put, instead of that on my couch, my day bed, I put my beautiful red velvet, crushed velvet comforter back on. Now I'm feeling more like a grown-up, okay? And now I don't feel the urge to go and spend $1,000 for a couch from West Elm or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Want a mid-century couch. I really do. I was even at Scandinavian, what's the name of that? Scandinavian.com, seeing some very beautiful couches, but I'm not ready to spend $1,000 for a couch. It's not that important. But anyway, my velvet made me feel like a grown-up once again, okay? And then what I have done, put my mirrors up, took down my cloth that I had hanging on the wall for ever and ever and put my mirrors back up. Place brightened up immediately, even though the cloth was white, is white. Having mirrors is just, it does something. It makes the room look way brighter, which is really important in this apartment because I only have mirrors, I only have windows on, well, I have windows all around, but I don't know. Most of my light comes in from this direction. I have windows on the other side. I have a window in my bathroom. I have a window in my bedroom. But I also have an apartment complex right next door. At least I have a tree out my window, and it's blossoming as we speak. But anyway, so this is what I got going on in here. My plant. This plant refuses to do anything. It's just been sitting here like this forever. It just won't grow. It's just stuck right here. It's in some kind of holding pattern. And it's just a tall, skinny thing that just won't do anything. I guess it needs a much bigger pot. I can't keep potting and repotting my plants into bigger and bigger pots because I just don't have the space. These plants are so particular, you know what I mean? They want what they want. Oh well. Love my chair still. This is the chair that I paid $25 for. It's worth $600 on eBay. Real leather chair. Real leather. My camera is not focusing. It's not doing what I want it to do. I got to learn how to use this camera. I must have some button pushed on it where it's not doing that. It's not doing its thing. But anyway, one good chair and one good couch is all I need. Okay, for now I got this day bed thing going on, and I'm satisfied with it right now. This table. This is a table that I found. It's a Dutch table. I love this. I love the Dutch Scandinavian style because it's so feng shui. You know what I'm saying? I love the feng shui. I love that there's space underneath. It flows. There's room. It's not a box. You know, it's not like a pine box or whatever. So I found this thing. Cost me nothing. All I did was shove it in my car and brought it. But I have yet to sit down and sand this thing down. You know, and I really need to because it needs it real bad, okay? If I'm going to keep it, and I think I will, even though it's really big, okay? This is a really big table. It's huge, as a matter of fact. That's why one couch and one chair is all I need in here. For now, I'm going to keep it. For now, I'm going to keep it. But I got to sit down and shove, you know, sand it. Not shove it, sand it. Sand the thing down. This setup is what I was complaining about, okay? My laptop is on this fold-out table, something that you get from Target for like $5, you know? And, you know, the laptop is the same size as the table. I got these little, you know, these little speakers on the side like that. Not even enough space for it. Gotta set this up a whole different kind of way. Thinking maybe I'll put my laptop on my kitchen table for now, or I need to really just, I don't know, I want to keep my laptop. I know it's obsolete pretty much, but still want the laptop, you know. This chair, I used to love her, you know what I'm saying? Got the other one in the bedroom. I thought I was going to throw her away a while ago. Couldn't bring myself to do it even though I had announced it on my channel. Couldn't do it. Kept her. But this time I'm going to get rid of her. Okay, for real. Both of them. The reason why is because chair is actually uncomfortable, even though it's nice and wide. It's a wide chair, okay? And right now I got these cloths on it. It's a beautiful chair, you know. It's just extremely heavy. It's got a beautiful shape to it. It's got that old-fashioned shape. I really wish I could keep her. You know, she's so heavy, it's hard for me to push her around and move her. Okay? But the style is just, I don't know. I have a hard time getting rid of her. But I really need to. It's too hard to move this thing around. What I would really prefer is to get rid of this chair, okay, and the other one in the bedroom, and get some other chairs. Something that I can actually pick up and lift, you know. I cannot lift this chair. I think that when this chair was constructed, they used oak, maybe. What is the heaviest wood you can think of? And it's one full piece that they shaped, because at the bottom it's got a curve, right? I don't know. I think they shaped a huge chunk of wood into that shape. This chair is ridiculously heavy. I would say this chair probably weighs 60 pounds. I'm telling you. It might weigh even more than that. I couldn't even lift it up to try to hold it. And this is not the way life should be. You shouldn't have a chair that's so heavy you can't even lift it up. It's too heavy. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to get rid of her. There are other chairs that I can get eventually. I decided to put this thing up on the wall. It's just a old vase. I got this from Nope, not Walmart. Ross Dress for Less. Long ago, probably 20 years ago. And I didn't like the way it looked on the floor anymore. So I threw it up on the wall. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Then I got my beautiful artwork from